that's all of the wood chips. They're all moved. I'm so happy to have that mess cleaned up. It looks so much better over there. We had that as a staging area when they were dropping the wood chips, and that was a good spot for them to dump. I just couldn't get them moved quick enough myself. So we ended up just leaving them there, piling them all up, and they've been there for like 9 months at least. So we've been busy doing that, moving several days of moving wood chips because it's been cold. Not really into doing a lot of outdoor projects right now, number one. Number two, kind of been waiting on my new microphone to get here so I could film some of it. But we've got all of the wood chips moved back here out of the way, and also filled the pig pens up with those again. So I'm gonna show you some other stuff that's been going on. We also cut these 2 big stumps off out of the way, and that will give us room to be able to extend this all the way down with some more wood chips, and then put a tarp over them to keep them covered. Chicken pen looks a little bit different. I don't know if you noticed, there is no chicken wire, no T-post, nothing. It is just the electric net. I've been wanting to do this for a while because this spring and summer I want to have the chickens out on our pasture, and so we've had the net in here trying to get them used to seeing the net. They would stick their heads through the net. So I went ahead and hooked up the solar charger to it while the fence was still up. Left it up for like 3 or 4 days. None of them were really getting out. So at that point we took down all this ugly fence, and it's just the net. I'm happy we did that. Y'all know it's supper time, don't you? Y'all ready to eat? Yeah. Well, the cool part about taking this pen down is it opens all this up for us. So now I can get back here to this feeder pig pen and put wood chips in here, whereas I couldn't access it before except through like with a wheelbarrow. What's up, dude? Yeah? How you doing, huh? Oh yeah, I hear you. Looks like you're tearing the fence up, man, dude. Yeah. All of the babies are doing pretty good. We've lost one of hers, I think, and then 2 of Brownie's we lost while we were on vacation. But the rest of these are doing pretty good. Now this little black and white one here is the one we're going to keep to replace Bella. Hey, do Ginger. These little rascals are growing like pigs. They're looking good. We're also keeping one out of here. I don't know which one it is, but we're keeping one of these for a new breeder as well. And then Brownies, they're all tucked over there, chilling out. Looks like they've already eaten. Boo. What y'all doing, huh? Oh yeah, you're gonna try to get me, ain't you? Heathen. I think with the exceptions of the 2 that we're keeping, and maybe like 2 or 3 in this litter here, all of these pigs have been spoken for. So my wife is a machine when it comes to selling stuff online. It's amazing. She actually sold our sawmill as well last week, so that's gone. I don't know how she does it, but she is very good at selling stuff, and I'm thankful. We've actually changed up what we're going to do for the future of our breeding program with the pigs. So right now we have 1 Hereford and 2, I think, are Yorkshire Hampshire cross mamas here. We're going to keep this little black and white one down here, and that is going to be it that we're going to keep as far as the cross pigs. Ginger is only like 2 years old, so we're going to keep her for a couple more years, but Red is going to be probably done at the end of this year. So we're going to keep one on the next litter. We're going to keep 1 more from Ginger. That'll give us 2 Hereford, full-blooded Herefords from Red. And then we have another Hereford boar coming in a couple of months. that'll be our future breeder for the new batch here, so that way we don't have any interbreeding whatsoever. And we're going to do 2 Hereford breeders and only 1 of the crosses for the future. It seems to be our market has kind of changed over the last year and a half or 2, and people are kind of wanting more of the Hereford, full-blooded Hereford pigs, even though they cost more than these. They're wanting those sell first before these do. And that's the primary. So we love the meat of the Hereford, and we like breed them. And at least 2 of the breeders in our area that have done it for all these years are no longer in business anymore. They've sold their breeders, and they're no longer doing it anymore. So we figured, hey, we'll see if we can take advantage of it. Our citrus trees are not doing so hot. These things are pretty withered thanks to the cold. You know, 3 years ago, 4 years ago, we had 2 years of warmer winters. It wasn't, you know, we had maybe 28 degrees. It was as low as it got. It didn't get all that cold. And it was only for like one night or so. And then last year we ended up getting pretty cold again. And then this year, so it started the end of 2025, like November, December was not cool at all. It was, even in December we had temperatures up around 80 degrees. It would freeze one time, kill everything, and then it would be warm for a week. And then, you know, it'd freeze again. So it was like the grass would start to turn green, and it'd turn brown, turn green, turn brown. And then when January hit, winter finally decided to show up, which was nice. We love cool weather. And you know, we'd gotten several nights of freezing before we left on vacation. When we were gone, it was supposed to be like 25, 26, something like that. So I preemptively covered a lot of our trees, so my father-in-law didn't have to mess with them. And I didn't do a great job, and with the wind knocking the covers off stuff, a lot of our citrus trees got burned pretty good with the cold. And then it's been below freezing pretty much, with exceptions like 2 nights. For like the last week and a half, it's been below freezing every night. So a couple of those times, like, it got as low as 19. And the pineapples are feeling it, and the fruit trees. Well, I tried to do my best. I have oil lamps, and that's what I was using for heat. So we would cover them with like a sheet or plastic, and then I used an oil lamp and put in there and would run that at night. And that did a good job. And some of them we'd wrap Christmas lights around to help with generating heat, but I need to invest in some better systems for cold weather before next winter. I'll let those couple of warm years get me comfortable and, I guess, complacent, and it costed us this year. I don't know that we've lost them 100% yet. We'll have to see what spring will bring, but who knows. I want to get a high tunnel. So if y'all know of any place good to get a high tunnel that's not gonna cost me a small fortune, drop it in the comments, please. I may also invest in some either smudge pots or like kerosene heaters or something like that to put out here by the trees. You know, if it's going to be real cold. You know, 28, 30 degrees don't bother them. Pineapples it does, but not the fruit trees, citrus trees. But we kind of live in that sweet spot in the northern part of Florida where we get colder than the rest of the state down south. You know, we can grow bananas, we can grow citrus, we can grow pineapples, a lot of the tropical stuff, but you have to protect it in the winter or it won't make it. It's kind of like the South Georgia, North Florida area you can do that in. We can also grow some of the stuff from the north here, a few different types of apples and that sort of thing, but you know, it also gets hot in the summer. So we're kind of in that weird zone to where you know, you can grow a lot of varieties, but you have to work at it to protect them either from the heat or from the cold. I'll show you our pineapples here. So You know, they got cooked pretty good. Now there is some green down in here. You see these 3 leaves, which means it's not dead. It's not dead. The hay has done a pretty good job. The plastic I had over it ripped from the wind, but you know, I think these are all going to be okay. But who knows? Got to cover it back up. It's still supposed to be like 28 or 29 tonight. So this is our ponderosa lemon, and you can see it looks rough. Now it is still got some green stalks, so I'm hoping that it's going to be okay. You can see the Christmas lights we've been using for around the base and then covering the tops, but they look rough. And this is the Myers lemon. You can see it's not great, but I think it's okay. This is my cover stuff here. This little grapefruit, pink grapefruit that we planted this year, it took a beating. Again, I think it's okay because the stems are still green. It looks like we're going to lose some of the ends. You know, it's going to knock it back, but I've been trying to keep it covered. I even used some Spanish moss around the base of this one and then covered it with that big pot just to try to help. But we'll see. Now the red navel orange that we've had for several years, it looks okay. I mean, the new growth got messed up on it, but like the tree itself, it's good to go. I mean, it's established, so it's only going to get burned in the new growth, and then the rest of it will be fine. So, I mean, I still cover it when it gets super cold. But, you know, this is the same tree that 5 years ago got cooked when it got down to 15 or 16 degrees. It killed it all the way back down to just above the graft and was like that far above the graft. And it came back above the graft and has been producing fruit. I mean, it's grown that much in 4 or 5 years. So as long as you can protect the root stock and above the graft, it'll be fine. Now, we had a lemon tree that same year that got cooked. It killed it all the way down to the root. Now, root sprouted back, but you don't want to eat that stuff. It's usually like bitter, sour, no telling what. Well, Dolly seems to be doing good. Seems to have healed up and bounced back from her infection that she had, so we're thankful for that. Well, I'm gonna experiment with something, and I'll bring y'all along, see how it goes. Fixing to make beef jerky for the first time. My parents bought us a dehydrator last year for Christmas, and I ain't had a chance to use it yet. But we're going to unbox that and see if we can figure out how to use it and make some beef jerky. That's the one right there. That should do the trick. It's got 5 trays, so we can make quite a bit. While we were on vacation, we stopped at Buc-ee's and bought some of their beef jerky, a few different varieties. And man, Katie and I both loved the honey jalapeno style garlic. I'm not much for spicy stuff now. I don't like spicy foods, but it wasn't that spicy. It had a slight after kick, but I'm like, man, this is really good, but it's too expensive to buy all the time. Even if we live near Buc-ee's, it's ridiculous. It's like 15 bucks for a half pound. So I'm like, I got to learn how to make that. So went online, done a bunch of research, found a couple different recipes that were close. And then going off the taste, decided which one to use. And we're going to try to replicate that honey jalapeno beef jerky. right. That smells really good. I'm trying to figure out what exactly I'm supposed to be doing here. It says just pat it dry and stick it on here. So that's what we're gonna do. Maybe one more piece. Nope, that's it. I'm just doing a test run this time, so I'm not doing very much. So I want to check this recipe and make sure it's good and doesn't need any tweaks before we go all in. So let's do that. Put it on high for 3 hours and then medium for the rest of the time. All right, so we're gonna do low, medium, high. Sounds cool. And I'm gonna save my marinade. There's warm air coming out of the top. I got this open all the way. I guess that's normal. It's got half and full, so I'm gonna leave it full so it lets all the moisture out, and we'll check it in 3 hours and see if it's done. If not, it says to turn it down to medium until it is done. Well, that's 3 hours. Let's see if it's done. I don't think so. It's a little bendy still. It's close though. It's very close. I think I want to try it though to see what it tastes like. That might be done actually. All right, moment of truth. That's actually pretty good. I think I want to add a little more salt to it. And I think I might leave a few of the jalapeno seeds in there. So I don't mind a little bit of spice. This is zero spice at all. I think it kind of helps add to the flavor and offset the honey sweetness. Not bad at all. I like it. I'm gonna perfect this recipe, and then once I get it right, if y'all are interested, I'll do a whole separate video on how to make this specific jalapeno honey jerky. So I think I'm gonna go ahead and wrap this video up though. It's getting late. I'm gonna enjoy this last piece of jerky. Thanks for watching. We'll see you next time.